It's working. We're here. Morning.
Morning.
We're just going to wait for people to join us. You have coffee or anything? What are you doing?
Nope. I'm sitting here on the bank of the Sulphur River. Give everybody
Just
views.
chilling? That'd be the perfect place to have coffee. Are you a coffee drinker?
Nope. I haven't drank coffee in over 12 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
What do you have in the morning? Water?
Just water. Maybe a boost. If
A
my body
boost?
feel. Yeah. Protein boost.
Oh, it's like a boost. Oh, well, it is your birthday. You are old now, so you're just drinking some boost. Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
not
my
old.
bad. I'm sorry, sir. I forgot you would drink Ensure every morning now.
I'm 2 years. I'm 2 years older than my brother. Leave it at that.
Yeah. Well, you're just drinking the old people drink. I love it.
Yeah.
Get those vitamins in
That's right.
so you don't get osteoporosis or whatever. Morning, Angie. As you click into Coffee Club this morning, please say hi in the comments. Jim's here. Morning, Jim. Michaela. Oh, look, you've got a fan, Winston. She's like, I finally get to catch Winston. Yep, made it on time today, Rob. It's good. Can't believe you already have a fan on the show, just like that.
That's good.
And a cute girl to boot, but she's like way too young for you.
Why are you saying I'm old?
Well, yeah, you're supposed to say that on someone's birthday. It's part of the fun. It's part of the jib jab, part of the banter.
The body may be a tad old, but the mind and the spirit are still young.
Yeah, I could see that for sure.
Yeah.
Well, as you jump on and join us in Coffee Club this morning, my friends, Winston is back on the show. If you were with us back on my birth date, back in July, Winston was our special guest that morning, and today is his birth date. So I thought we got to circle back to do some celebrating and just have you back on the show, just cause.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good morning. Sun's not quite out yet, but in this beautiful God's country where I'm at, and looks like some rain coming. So
Yeah,
should be a good day. Hopefully, get to climb a mountain today. So
okay. I want you to, if you can, show people your view. We're going to do a comparison of Winston's view to my view this morning. Okay, so show.
Here we go.
Like so beautiful. Oh, and we lose him. He's probably getting a call.
Oh no!
Someone's wishing you happy birthday.
No, I don't know what I did. Oh, here we go.
Okay, now I'm going to try to show you mine in comparison. Okay, there is the porta potty for the work crew in my complex, and sitting here, I've watched a guy pee twice this morning already. So it's a good day, I guess. just the joys of the town life. That's not what I thought I would wake up to. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
Good morning, Scott.
I looked in the mirror this morning and I seen one new gray hair, so I figured that's a good omen.
It's a good day. Well, Michaela says that it's the best way to start your day with me. So it's good. So as per Winston's request, because I was like, well, what are we going to talk about on this beautiful Monday morning? And he said, how about we talk about whatever someone puts in the comments is the topic. Whether we know something about it or not, we're going to have a conversation around it.
Yeah.
So That could be interesting to say the least. I feel like Winston likes to open worms for his birthday, but that's fine. So, if you have a topic or something in your mind, or a question, or a whatever, you get to post it in the comments and we will chat about it. If you're catching this video later and not live, you may still put a topic in the comments, because maybe we'll have him back to discuss that topic at a future date. Make sense? So there we go. So now we wait till somebody thinks of something to talk about. Oh, Kelly says happy birthday. She is off to Salmon Arm to golf and pool. That sounds lovely. I'm jealous of that. How's your summer been, Winston? What have you been up to?
Summer's been good. Really haven't done much. Done a little bit of hiking, kayaking. I bought a kayak.
Oh,
So I do some kayaking when I have some free time, and I've just been taking it easy and getting ready for the fall and the winter, because it sounds like it's going to be busy. So
yeah. Oh, here's your question. Have you checked out the images from the James Webb satellite? He would appreciate your analysis.
James Webb satellite.
Is that the one you can track on the app? Because that's actually really cool. I was making fun of someone who was tracking it the other day at an event I was at. But when you look at it, if it's the one that I'm thinking of, when you look at it through the app, like, it's monitoring where it goes. And it went from flying over top of us here in southern Alberta to somewhere in Manitoba in real time. For us watching the app, it was, I don't know, 20 minutes that it could travel that far that fast. It was insane.
Huh.
You heard of it?
No, I'm just Googling it right now. Just James Webb Space Telescope.
Yeah.
I gotta be honest. I don't spend a whole lot of time. I look at the stars at night when we can, and I don't spend a whole lot of time focusing on what's above, when there's lots to focus on what's down below, sitting on the ground here, being grounded, right? Um, you know, you sit around with people on a campfire and they're like, "Oh, look at that star. What's that? What's that?
Constellation or something."
Constellation?" Yeah. And I'm like, "I don't know. It looks like a bunch of stars in the sky to me, right?" um, I was always taught when we were young. The only well, this is from a different perspective, but
Mm-hmm.
The only time you're looking up there is when you're ready to go, when it's your time, and that's what we were taught as kids, and that when it's your time, that's the only time you look up to the heavens. So we that's ingrained in us, I guess. Not only by our parents or our grandparents or whoever, but society sometimes looks at it that way. If you're looking up to the skies, it's like you really want to go. You want to go there real quick, right? So, I was taught as a young kid and a teenager by my grandpa and grandma that spend most of your time focusing what's on the ground here and what's in front of you. Because if you spend all your time looking up in the sky, you're gonna eventually walk into something. You won't see it coming.
Like people walking on their phones.
Yeah, walking on their phones. You see in the cities, they're walking on their phones, not paying attention. Next thing they go, ting, right into a light post. Yeah, same kind of thing, right? But out here in the mountains, here in the bush, if we spend all our time looking up, we're gonna walk into a lot of trees.
Yeah. Well, the thing I think that I appreciate about it, the moments when you do look up, is I like the reminder in looking at the vastness of our sky and the billions of stars that are above us, and if you see planets or moons or any of those things, is it's such a reminder of that we are such a small piece of what's happening in this
Yeah.
entire universe, right? Like that I like to me, it's like a reminder of it's not all about you. It's not all about those pieces. You're just like a really small part of it. And it allows me to feel, I don't know, humbled, I guess would be the word.
Well, and you make a point there. We're just a piece. We're the piece of the puzzle. The little piece of the puzzle in the universe. And some people say, I'm going to do this today, or I want to go do that. It doesn't mean they're going to go do it, but they're throwing it out to the universe. Hoping that they're able to do it. Like you say, I hope someday I win $1 million.
Yeah.
No, I'm throwing it out to the universe. Because it's words. Because again, at the end of the day, it's words you can't take back, right? You've thrown it out there. So every time you speak, you've thrown those words out there, and you can't take those words ever back because they've already been spoken, right? And they're your words. So at the end of the day, it you finish your day off. It depends what you finish your day off with. Some people, they finish their day off watching the news. Well, to me, my opinion, the news, watching 11 o'clock news is a pretty negative feed of the soul before you go to sleep. Some people exercise before they go to sleep. Some people just do relaxation and meditation and whatever people choose to do. But at the end of the night, end of the day, before you go to sleep, it's what you say to yourself is how you're going to wake up in the morning. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I had a friend once who always said how you end your night is actually how you start your day.
Is how you start your day.
Yeah.
Right. So if you I end my day every day. I'm thankful that I'm sober for one more day, and I'm thankful for the people in my life, the people that I'm thankful for the people that have left my life because of me being sober, and I'm thankful for the people that have come into my life because I'm sober. But the most of all, I'm very thankful for being sober, every day. And when I wake up in the morning, I feel good in the morning because I'm not waking up with a hangover.
Yeah. We lost you again.
You know what I mean?
There you are. Yeah.
Sorry.
No, that's
Yeah.
okay.
So that's what I mean. Like at the end of the day, you know, it's just, it's just, uh, it's just what you say.
You're popular today because it's your birthday. Oh, you muted yourself.
Are you there?
There you go.
Everybody,
Hard. It's hard.
everybody's trying to call me and FaceTime me
I
on my
know. You should
birthday.
have said I'm not available between 9 and 9:20.
I told them already, but they don't listen.
No, of course not.
But yeah,
No, I like those thoughts. And I saw something interesting the other day in the topic of bringing like whatever you're sober from. I'm going to assume in this particular conversation it would be alcohol. And I saw this interesting post from a woman the other day who is also living a sober life, and she had said that alcohol is the only drug that you have to argue as to why you're not taking it. So I think we have an interesting opportunity to shift perspective in our world if people are willing.
yeah, and I'll be 3 years sober. Uh, September, end of September, I'll be 3 years, and you know, people ask me how I became sober, and I tell them like
Yeah.
I have nothing to hide. Yeah, I was drunk one night, too drunk, got into a little scuffle. And next thing you know, I got a broken leg.
Yeah.
And it was a pretty severe broken leg. And I made a decision sitting there for 3 weeks, laid up, not able to do anything. You sit there for 3 weeks. You got a lot of thinking to do, and and the pain, and and so when people say, "Oh, you broke your leg," I feel bad. Don't feel bad. That was a good thing. That was probably one of the best things that ever happened in my life, was me breaking my leg.
Yeah.
And I turned it into a very positive thing. And my leg healed properly, healed healthy. Like, I have no issues with my leg, none whatsoever. And it's because I turned it into a very positive aspect of my life. And but that's the tough part. That's the tough part of keeping it positive. And when you're able to get up and walk and do things, and then you're kind of, now you got to make that decision, right? Are you going to turn to the bottle, back to the bottle, or are you going to keep going one day at a time? And when they say one day at a time, that's a pretty true statement. Take it one day at a time, because
Yeah.
you got to be thankful for waking up in the morning. You got to be thankful for when you go to bed, and it's one day at a time. I always say learn from today, or learn from yesterday, to live today to challenge tomorrow.
I like that.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you can do those three things, life gets pretty easy.
Yeah.
But
Well, and I think,
you gotta remember, once you get into tomorrow, you learn from the day before again, and it's a cycle. You got to keep doing it over and over again. You can't just say, "Well, I'm going to challenge tomorrow, 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 tomorrow." You're challenging tomorrow because you wake up in the morning. It's a challenge to wake up in the morning. It's a
yeah.
challenge to get out of bed. It's a challenge to cook breakfast. It's a challenge to have that cup of coffee. It's a challenge because it's something that you need to do. You need to get up. You need to have something to eat. There's things that you need to do. Yeah, it's easy. It's easy to do the things you want to do. It's hard to do the things that you need to do.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know if that makes sense, but that's and it's not going to be perfect every day. There's nothing that's perfect. Um, you know, like life. You guys look at this river here. This river is. I don't think there's one straight part of this river, and I've been up down this river all my life, and there's not one straight part of this river. Right?
Yeah.
And that's what life is all about. It's never straight. You're going to go around the curve, through the rapids, up and down through you're going to hit log jams. You're going to have to figure out how to get out of a log jam, adapt and move to the side and continue on. you know it's tough for some people. That's the one thing about life. Life is tough for people. And you know I've been down that road. I've had that tough life. And now it's my turn. I have a not as bad as tough life as I used to, but you know what? I pray for those that have tough lives. And I do what I can to help people with those tough lives, because sometimes it is tough, and all you sometimes need is just somebody to listen to, or somebody to cry a shoulder on. You know, that's it. It's pretty simple things, but that's the tough part.
Agreed. Well, I think our 5 fundamental emotional needs as humans are to be loved, to be seen, to be heard, to belong, and to feel safe.
Yeah.
And when one of those pieces aren't being met in a part of your life, that's when things are usually feeling out of control.
Yeah. And you got to remember the 4 elements of life too, right? The 4 elements: fire, wind, water, and earth, right? The 4 elements of life is what gives you life. Um, if you really look at it, you know, those 4 elements actually do give you life. A lot of the food, the water, you know, all 4 elements. If we didn't have any of those 4 elements, we wouldn't be living.
I love that. Rob's like, deep thoughts, Winston. Good. Deep thoughts
Yeah, deep thoughts on a birthday, eh?
on a birthday. Are you someone now? I know when we talked about like celebrating birthdays versus birth dates, and we had this kind of great conversation last time you were on the show with us. But my question, I guess, is in that, I guess it becomes the next year of your life, the next level, if whatever you want to call it. Are you somebody who do you set any sort of goals or intentions or something that you hope that you step into in the next year of your life?
Basically, the only goal that I'm gonna set for this year is I want to get back. I'm in shape somewhat right now, but I want to get into top shape because I really want to go back steer wrestling next year. It is pretty old for my age to for my age wise to go back steer wrestling,
Well,
but I
they're
want to do it
senior
for
pro. Yeah.
I want to do it for one more season, and and just enjoy life. Right, life's too young. Life's too young to be, you know, life's too short to be worrying about stuff that you have no control over. So, people say, "Oh, you're gonna go steer wrestling. What about your leg?" Well, my leg's fine. My leg's fine. If I break it again, I break it again. At least I break it doing something I enjoy, rather than breaking it being a drunken fool. Right. So,
Yeah.
my biggest thing is to stay healthy this year. Every day, not only the year, but just every day, just try and stay healthy as I can. And you know, I got diabetes. I gotta keep under wraps, which I've been doing a pretty good job since I got diagnosed 3 years ago. Um, so just got to focus on staying healthy and keeping the mind healthy. That's especially keeping the mind healthy and not getting down in the dumps and getting in a rut
Yeah, those are everyday choices too, right? Like that
every day.
having those choosing joy each and every day. Like you have to choose it. And some days you can't, and that's okay, but yeah, it doesn't just arrive to you.
Yeah. I see a comment from one of the thing there. You know, I would talk about depression.
Mm.
Uh, you know, Depression is pretty tough. Um, there's a way to beat it. I was depressed for a long time, and I guess the way I thought was the best way to beat it was to drink it. To drink depression away, but that didn't work. Um, talking to a lot of elders, and talking about depression. One of the elders, was pretty point blank and says, you know what? If you take life one day at a time, your depression and your anxiety will decrease significantly at one day at a time. When you start planning for the future or start thinking about the future when the future is not here yet, that's what creates anxiety and depression is the future, because you don't know, it's the unknown. You don't know what's going to happen, right? But you know what's going to happen today, and you knew it happened yesterday. So take what you learned yesterday, apply it to today, and go forward. And like I said, live today, learn from tomorrow, learn from yesterday, and challenge tomorrow. And I think I truly believe that'll help depression. I'm around a lot of people that are depressed at times, and I work with them, and that's how I work with them is shed some light on life. And sometimes life is not a cup of tea. Sometimes it's a cup of mud.
I think he froze. Can't tell if he's frozen or in a deep thought.
Oh, there you are.
There you are. You froze in a really like you were really giving some emphasis to that thought there. You're so dramatic.
So I hope that helps. I hope that
Yeah.
helps. I don't want to say the name of the person, but you know who you are, and I hope that helps you. Um, and life ain't easy. Life ain't easy. There's lots of ups and downs, sideways, but that's what God or the Creator or whatever your higher power is intended for you. So sometimes you just gotta hit it head on and say I can make through it. And my grandfather used to say to me all the time, and I'll end this whole thing. Everything will be okay. That's what he used to say to me. Everything will be okay. You know,
Yeah.
I was asked, the other day, I'm a money hungry person. Well, guess what? You gotta choose between living or paying a bill.
Yeah.
I would choose living over paying a bill because you know what? That bill will always be there. So what? But you know what? You only got one life to live. So make that decision better for you. And the only way that you could focus on anybody else or your relationship or your kids is you got to get yourself healthy first. Um, you're number one. At the end of
Yeah.
the day, you're number one. Your kids are number two. Your spouse is number three. Um, that's just the way it is because you're number one. You got to look after yourself first in order to be there for anybody else.
Yeah. And I love that. I feel like that's that concept and that belief and those actions are becoming more real in our world, whereas we were conditioned for so long that that was a selfish mindset or a selfish way of being, and it so isn't.
Yeah, and like I said, there's a common cup of mud. Cup of mud is a cup of mud. Depends on how you want to deal with it. I mean,
Yeah.
you can pour it out and fill it up with water so you can live, or you can just carry that cup of mud around with you wherever you're going, and that's what your life is gonna be, is a cup of mud. So you got to make that decision, right? And it's one of the hardest decisions to make is to, how can we turn mud into water? Well, it's pretty easy.
Yeah.
That's what they say, but it's really not that easy. It's pretty difficult to turn mud into water. I'll tell you what's really easy is turning water into mud,
Yeah.
right?
I say scoop it out, make a face mask, and fill your cup with coffee. Yeah.
There you go. You know,
You'll feel young and you get to have coffee. No, I'm just kidding.
like you say, make some cowboy coffee with lots of good,
Yeah,
right? And
exactly.
then you'll know what a cup of mud tastes like.
Then you'll know, yeah, if your spoon can stand up in it
Yeah,
without
if your spoon can stand
moving.
up in your cup of mud,
Yeah,
then you
you're
you
good.
gotta fix it so that spoon will lay down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Well, I know that we've taken a little bit extra of your time this morning, Winston, but thank you for sharing this amazing date of celebrating the day that you came into our universe. We are so glad you're here, especially with those words of wisdom, and it has been such a joy to have you on the show today.
Yeah, I'd like to come back anytime. Like, just shoot me a when you want
Yeah,
me to come back, and we can talk about a
yeah,
lot of things, right? And
yeah,
the the best advice that I can give people, like the best thing, like I said, everything will be okay. But at the end of the day, too, you got to keep an open mind, and you got to learn every day, no matter how old you are. You got to keep on learning, um, because that knowledge that's passed on to you is in turn for you to pass on to somebody else.
I love that. So they're getting drilly. They're getting drilly in the neighborhood, so we should probably go. But thank you for your
Okay.
words of wisdom. Thank you for being a part of this, and we will talk to you again really soon. Have an amazing birth date.
All right. Thanks, Jody.
Okay.
Thanks, buddy.
Thanks, friends. Have a great day. We'll see you on Wednesday morning.